Hey guys, it's Dano from ValveTech, and in today's video, I am back with a new PC build video that is within the prices between, of course, $500 and $600, as the title suggested. This PC should be a great starter PC for whatever task you want to do, whether that be gaming or light video editing. This will be a great start. Before this video starts, however, I would appreciate it if you could leave a like on this video and maybe consider subscribing to the channel if you do happen to enjoy today's video. Also, as always, I'd like to disclaim that this list is all of my preference and what I think would wield the best performance. So if you have any other builds that are similar to the budget, please feel free to leave them down in the comments below. Regardless, let's get right into the list. For our CPU, we are rocking the AMD Ryzen 3 2200G. This awesome quad-core processor clocked at 3.5 GHz will allow you to get some serious gaming and light video editing done. As always, I will leave some resources below if you want to see some benchmarks of different games or different editing software, because unfortunately I can't afford to bench these types of builds myself. One day, guys. One day. Regardless, moving on to our CPU cooler, we have the Cooler Master Hyper 212, which in all honesty is pretty sweet. I have used this in my earlier build before, my current PC that I have now, and it does this job pretty well. I was able to keep an i5 overclocked at a pretty stable temperature. It's RGB too, which is a plus side for all you moth gamers out there. This thing should keep your CPU under stable temperatures, even if you do decide to overclock. And with this price, it does serve its purpose. I really have no complaints. Now, of course, you could use the stock cooler or a cheaper alternative, and you might still be fine. Don't be afraid to switch it up. It just really depends on whether you want to overclock or just if you really want really nice temperatures. It kind of really just depends. That's the cool thing about PC gaming, I guess. You know, it's all customizable. Yeah. And then, of course, the thermal paste also is a big help, so don't be afraid to invest in that. But regardless, that will be all for our CPU and CPU cooler. Moving on to our motherboard, we are going with the Gigabyte B450M Micro ATX board, which only for $75 is a fantastic little board that does everything it's pretty much advertised to do. The BIOS menu, from what I've heard, is really good, and well, overclocking can be performed, but honestly might be a little risky. But I mean, hey, what's being a PC gamer without trying to overclock, am I right? Seriously though, be careful when you overclock. And honestly, I'd recommend getting a better motherboard if that is what you're looking for. I mean, it's possible, but play it safe, you know. For our RAM, we are going with the classic Corsair Vengeance LPX 8GB stick, clocked to 2400 MHz. Obviously, it's DDR4, and as always, should be an able assistant when it comes to gaming and work. 16 might be good if you're looking for a little extra juice. 8 will be, though, more than perfect for your budget build and allow you to get whatever you need, the bare minimum you need to get done with little stoppage. Moving on to our storage, I am including both a standard Western Digital 1TB hard drive, but also something I did not do in my last build, a 120GB Kingston SSD, which I didn't, in fact, include in my last build, but from personal experience, I can tell you that an SSD is so awesome when it comes to being able to launch programs and having Windows, load much faster or restart. It just makes life so much easier, and for only $20, which, can we talk about that for a second? Like, we're at the point where you can get SSDs for $20, okay? Like, it's a good time to be alive, guys, okay? It's a great time. Okay, it's practically a steal, and I love SSDs, okay? That's my crush right there. SSDs, just. Regardless, guys, moving on to our graphics card, we have the MSI RX 580 Armor 8GB card, and in all honesty, this thing is just a monster. While it doesn't quite perform as well as, say, GTX 1080, it should easily allow you to play most games at a high frame rate at 1080p and at stable FPS in 1440p. Some have reported that this card is pretty loud under high loads, so keep that in mind. A good step up from my last build when I recommended a GTX 1050 Ti, so overall an amazing card for our build. 8GB of VRAM doesn't seem too bad after all. For our case, we are going with the Deepcool Tesseract ATX mid-tower case, and in all honesty, this thing is stupid good for $50, let me tell you. The airflow is really good if you do your cable management, and the LEDs really just give your PC a nice aesthetic to round it all out. I couldn't argue buying this case if I had any less money or if I hadn't already built my PC prior, and really it's just worth the sum of its parts. Finally, for our power supply, we are going with the Corsair 450 watt. This thing should be pretty good when it comes to keeping all your things juiced up, and obviously should give you ample room if you ever do decide to upgrade a piece or anything like that, so always having a good power supply is important, guys. Remember that. Well, guys, that's gonna be all for the bit. Well, Dano from ValveTech, what about the operating system? Stop. Listen. Step 1, go to the link in the description and learn how to do it. Step 2, you have Windows. Congrats. Regardless, guys, I'd like to thank you for watching this video. If you have anything on the channel you'd like to see, please feel free to leave them down in the comments below. Other than that, guys, thanks for leaving a like and consider subscribing to the channel. And as always, thank you and have a good day.